Hey everyone, before we get started with today's video, if you forgot to use a referral code when you signed up for Uber to get your bonus or guarantee of up to $1,000, then here's how to apply my referral code so you can still get some extra money. Here's the steps. So 1, open the Uber app. Next, click your photo or the 3 lines at the top corner. Click earnings. Click help or question mark. Click account and payment. Then referrals. And this step is really important. Click invited driver, report my missing or incorrect driver referral. And then click send a message. And for the invite code, use G4QA5UE. Friend's name, yours truly, Gregory Wave. GREGORYWAVE, like wave. The phone number is 815-847-0184. And the email is gregwave@yahoo.com. And for the details, you can just say something like, my good friend Gregory referred me to drive for Uber. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name is Greg Wave. I'm your host for the day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We got a lot more content coming for it, and we love hearing all the feedback you guys are giving. It's just incredible. So today I'm going to talk about why I drive part-time. Some of you guys probably know why I drive part-time, but for those of you who don't, here's why. It's not there full-time. It's just not there. I've listed this example in other videos before that if you're driving full-time, you're probably going to put close to, if not, 100,000 miles on your car in a year. I know a guy that does pretty much 80,000 regularly each year. That is absurd. That is like crazy. The reason why is you'll drive for like 1 or 2 years, and let's say you're financing your car, okay? So now you've got close to, or anywhere from 150 to 200,000 miles on your car after 2 years of Uber and Lyft driving. You still owe, let's say, $8,000 on it. Maybe you bought it at 11 grand, you know, whatever it is. You still owe 8 grand on it. You still owe 6, 7 grand on it, whatever it is. You still owe a lot of money on it. And you also have, you have to put some money in repairs to it because you've been driving the hell out of it. Okay, your cars aren't just going to stay pristine doing this. Like, you're going to have problems. So now you're in this little dilemma where you have a vehicle that's at the point where it almost can't be driven anymore. I mean, a 200,000 mile car is getting to the point where you really can't use it too much unless, you have some freakishly long-lasting car. And so, that leaves like a really, really big dilemma of like what you're going to do. Now you're in this hole where you don't even really have a vehicle that you can use. You also owe money on it and you need repairs on it. And you still want to go out there and make money on Uber and Lyft. Well, how are you going to do it? And so maybe it's not 2 years, but but in 3, I can't imagine after 3 years you would still have a car that you could really effectively run on it. So that to me has always been the main reason, that you're just destroying your vehicle in the process and then thinking you're making this great full-time income, and you're really not. The money when it first came out was probably there to where it actually did make sense. It's not here now. So to me, it's just a part-time income because I only look at it as extra money. I only look at it as this is just helping me out. This is just savings. This is just this. And I'm doing minimal miles on my car. I mean, like I said, you guys have heard in my other videos, on the weekdays, I'm just doing airport rides, which is a lot of time just sitting in the queue. And then I'm doing 15 to 20 mile rides on those. So I'm doing maybe 100 miles a day, maybe. Maybe sometimes a little bit more. For how much I drive, though. I don't drive a whole lot anymore, but I used to drive a lot. So here's what happened like with me when I was full-time driving. I wasn't okay. So I had 1 year where I averaged 35 hours a week on Lyft and Uber, 70,000 miles. And that's no BS. 70,000 miles for 35 hours a week. So imagine if you're doing 40 to 45. Man, there's some guys I've heard that do 50. You know, they're probably touching 100,000 miles. But the second biggest reason why I believe that full-time driving isn't there is that Uber and Lyft, you know, most people believe they're headed towards automation, robot drivers. So they've already tested the markets for it. There was probably a year ago, I think they were doing it here. They had, you know, automated drivers for Lyft and, or maybe it was just Uber. And so eventually this just won't be a thing. And that's like a reality we have to all accept, is that probably within 5 years, none of us will be doing this anymore at all. It's more than likely where it's headed. That being the case, you shouldn't build your future around this. You know, you shouldn't build your life around this. You shouldn't structure anything around this. The other reason, it's really unpredictable. 1 week you might make $1,200. 1 week you might make $700. It's so unpredictable how often you can make. I've never really been able to be like consistently doing the same number each week. And again, this is for my market. Other markets, maybe you do. So why that could be tricky is if you're living your life and you're trying to pay your bills and you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to do a full-time Uber driving because I did it for 1 week and I made $1,100. So as long as I do that each week, I'll be good, right? Yeah, and then you have a week where you don't do it. Now what happens? You're putting off bills or this or that, or maybe you have to work an extra 10 hours on Sunday rather than taking the day off. It just ends up being really complicated. And when I did full-time driving, I was just extremely stressed out. I had weeks, I've done a 72-hour week. I think I did more than that once. I'll check to see if I ever did, but I was doing crazy amounts of driving because I had to make ends meet. So the money isn't there. The long term isn't there. It's going to kill your vehicle. So that's not there. Long story short, it's not worth it. Stick to part-time driving. That is the way to go. Make that extra money, cover some utilities. Don't stress out. You know, it's the way to go, guys. So that is why I'm a part-time driver, y'all. Keep doing good out there, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to hit me up on social media or anything else. I'd love to talk to you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Make some killer tips, and I will see you guys soon.